Hello everyone. Today's first lesson in organizational theory and behavior, we'll be talking about organizations and organizational theory. Organization design in action. There are current challenges in our world. Globalization, which has been a slow brew but has been impacted greatly and fast forwarded after the fall of the Berlin Wall and the destruction of communism. There's intense competition, especially with the internet. Ethics in the green movement, speed and responsiveness, social, business, and big data. Organizations design help us explain what happened in the past as well as what may happen in the future so that we can manage organizations more effectively. What is an organization? These are social entities that are goal-directed, designed as deliberately structured and coordinated activity systems linked to the external environment. The organization is an open system. We have inputs, raw materials, people, information, financial resources. They're transformed through a process, and then there's output. Products and services are then sent out to the external environment. The importance of organizations. Organizations are a means to an end. The corporation has played a significant role in the last 100 years. They produce goods and services efficiently, facilitate innovation, adapt to and influence a changing environment, create value for owners, customers, and employees. They accommodate ongoing challenges of diversity, ethics, and the motivation and coordination of employees. The importance of organizations. They bring together resources to achieve desired goals, produce goods and services efficiently, facilitate innovation, use modern manufacturing and information technologies, adapt to and influence a rapidly changing environment, accommodate challenges of diversity, ethics, and coordination, create value for owners, customers, and their employees. Dimensions of organization design. There are structural dimensions, formalization, specialization, hierarchy of authority, complexity, centralization, contingency factors, size, organizational technology, environment, goals, and strategy, and of course corporate culture. The interacting structural dimensions of design and contingency. You have goals and strategy, environment, culture, size, technology, structured dimensions, formalization, specialization, hierarchy of the authority, complexity, and centralization, which we'll discuss. If you look at the next slide, we'll discuss organizational charts, which is basically the hierarchy of how organizations. This happens to be a very, very tall structure. We have many, many layers in between management. Differing characteristics of the three organizations. You look at the next slide. There are different charts and graphs about Walmart, retailers, etc. You may look at that on your own. Let's talk about efficiency, effectiveness, and stakeholder approach. Efficiency is the amount of resources used to achieve an organization's goals. Effectiveness is the degree to which an organization achieves its goals, and of course, its appropriateness. Stakeholder approach, balancing the needs of groups in and outside of the organization that has a stake in the organization's performance. There are major stakeholder groups. You have employees, customers, creditors, management, government, union, community, suppliers, owners, and stockholders. The evolution of organizational theory and design. Historical perspectives provide insight into how organizational design and management practices have varied over time in response to change in society. There's historical perspectives. Efficiency is everything. Scientific management, Frederick Taylor. How to get organized. Administrative principles contributed to bureaucratic organization. That would be Max Weber. What about people? The Hawthorne studies, understanding that there's a link between managers and their employees, making sure that we understand there's a human element. Can bureaucracies be flexible? Flexible and lean, focused on service quality and engaged employees. This happened in the 80s, and it all depends. Key contingency. Contingency, there's no one best way. Theory X works sometimes, theory Y works sometimes. Organic versus mechanistic. A mechanistic structure is a theory X structure where everything is very much regimented, characterized by machine-like standard rules and procedures with clear authority. Organic structures, design of organization is looser, free-flowing, and adaptive. Depends on structure, tasks and roles, system formality, communication, hierarchy versus collaboration. Just to mention a concept before about centralization. Centralization is the degree to which top part of management is involved with the day-to-day operations. If an organization is highly centralized, that means the top manager will be dealing with almost everything. For example, you will have a situation where you are in a company and there's one person who signs all the checks. That would be an indication of a very centralized organization. In a way, it's good because there's one person, one point of failure, but in a way, it's bad because if that person's incapacitated or unavailable, things will wait for them to do it, and this will delay progress. Okay? Now, we will go on to the next slide, organic and mechanistic designs. In mechanistic designs, this is slide 16 if you're following, mechanistic designs, structure, specialized tasks, many rules, formalized vertical communication, strict hierarchy of authority, vertical communication meaning going up and down in the organization. Organic design is the opposite, decentralized, empowered roles. People have the ability to make decisions on their own, like Zappos, which makes the company very, very good. Few rules, informal horizontal communications for quicker response, and collaborative teamwork. Contemporary ideas, we're now on slide 17. Today's organizations are still imprinted with hierarchical, formalized, mechanistic approach. A few organizations have shifted to the organic, bossless design. Open systems are adaptive and interact with the environment. Culture has to engage employees to support a non-hierarchical environment. We're now going to slide 18. Framework for the book. 4 levels of analysis characterize organization. Organizational behavior is the micro approach. Organizational theory and design is the macro approach. Levels of analysis in organizations. You could look at that as slide 19. That is a graph. Framework for the book. You could look at that as slide 20. We are now going to slide 21. Design essentials. Organization design provides tools for a changing environment. Managers face new challenges, including globalization and ethical scrutiny. Organizations are open systems that obtain inputs from the environment, add value, and discharge products and services. Managers shape organizations to perform well. Design essentials. Organizations' design perspectives have varied over time. Organizational design range from mechanistic to organic. Most concepts pertain to the top and middle management levels or the organization. Thank you. This concludes chapter 1.